September has been a thrilling month, packed with outstanding movies that showcase the ever-improving quality of television. As we wrap up this chapter, it's time to shift our focus to October, which promises an exciting lineup of new releases. In just a few days, October kicks off with 14 highly anticipated movies that have already generated buzz among audiences. Let's dive into the upcoming month's offerings and explore the most intriguing films set to premiere. Starting our list is Salem's Lot, coming on Max on the 3rd of October. Ben Mears, a writer who spent part of his childhood in Jerusalem's Lot, Maine, returns to the town after 25 years to find inspiration for his next book. He plans to base it on the eerie, long-abandoned Marston house, where he had a terrifying experience as a child. Upon his return, Ben discovers that an ancient evil has also arrived, turning the town's residents into vampires. Determined to save Jerusalem's Lot, he takes on the mission to end this plague of the undead. Salem's Lot delivers intense scares, gruesome moments, and fresh twists on Stephen King's classic vampire tale. Another movie coming on the 3rd is Trouble on Netflix. Connie, a divorced salesman at a large electronics store, cherishes the time he spends with his daughter, Julia, every other week. One day, his life is turned upside down when he is wrongly convicted of murder and sent to prison. There, he meets criminals Norinder and Muse, who mistakenly believe he's a pilot like his ex-wife's new boyfriend, Tomas. They rope him into their escape plan, expecting him to fly their getaway plane, all while Connie tries to figure out how to get a horse for Julia's upcoming birthday. Hulu will release House of Spoils on the 3rd. House of Spoils follows a talented chef, DeBose, who has spent 7 years honing her craft under the mentorship of a renowned chef named Marcelo. When she decides to leave and start her own restaurant in a remote location, Marcelo is so impressed with her skills that he offers to double her salary to stay, but she's determined to follow her dream. Partnering with a tough investor named Andres, they aim to create a destination restaurant, a place so extraordinary that people will travel hours to dine there. However, the restaurant is set up in a secluded, eerie old house, and things quickly take a disturbing turn. As DeBose's chef settles in, she begins to notice strange occurrences, like bugs appearing in the food and ingredients turning moldy and spoiled. On the 4th, Netflix will release The Platform Part 2. The Platform 2 is an upcoming Spanish satirical sci-fi film directed by Galder Gaztelu-Urrutia, serving as a sequel to the 2019 film The Platform. The story unfolds in a massive vertical self-management center, a tower-like structure where residents are imprisoned for various crimes or desires. Every month, they are transferred between different floors and must rely on a descending platform that starts at the top with an abundance of food, which stops briefly on each level. As the platform descends, the food supply diminishes, leaving those on the lower levels with only scraps. This system sparks intense conflict and competition among the residents. Another movie Netflix will release on the 4th, It's What's Inside. It's What's Inside centers around a pre-wedding party that spirals into an existential nightmare when an estranged friend arrives with a mysterious suitcase. During the gathering, one guest introduces a body-swapping machine and suggests they play a game where everyone can swap bodies simultaneously. As they proceed, the night unravels into chaotic confusion, with attendees like anxious Shelby and her insensitive boyfriend, Cyrus, getting caught up in the madness. The film's blend of humor and chaos makes it endlessly intriguing, leaving viewers eager to revisit and uncover hidden layers. Director Greg Jardin expertly maintains control over the narrative, ensuring it remains engaging even as it becomes increasingly convoluted. Max will release Caddo Lake on the 10th of October. Max is riding a wave of success following the release of The Penguin, which outperformed hits like Succession and The White Lotus in its premiere. Now, the streaming service is gearing up for its next big release with the upcoming horror thriller, Caddo Lake, starring Dylan O'Brien. The newly released trailer teases a chilling story about an 8-year-old who goes missing on Caddo Lake, triggering a series of deaths and disappearances. As the mystery unravels, all clues seem to point back to one troubled family. If you found this video helpful in any way, Please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with new releases. Now, let's get back to the video. On the 11th, Netflix will release Uprising, set in the tumultuous Joseon era after a devastating war. Uprising follows the intense journey of two childhood friends who become bitter adversaries. One is an enslaved man with exceptional martial skills fighting to break free from injustice, while the other is his former master, the heir to Joseon's most powerful military family. The film, rich in historical drama and action, is co-written and produced by Park Chan-wook. Another movie coming on Netflix on the 11th is Lonely Planet. The story follows Catherine, a reclusive novelist who has spent much of her life immersed in storytelling, rarely confronting her own truths. At a turning point, she seeks a deeper understanding of herself and sets out for a writer's retreat in Morocco, hoping to break through her creative block. There, she meets a young man, portrayed by Liam Hemsworth, and what begins as a simple acquaintanceship soon blossoms into an intoxicating, life-changing romance. The journey leads Catherine to explore the softening and profound connections she's been searching for. On the 12th, Hulu will release Hold Your Breath. The story follows Margaret, Sarah Paulson, who is left alone to care for her two daughters, teenage Rose, Amaya Miller, and young Ollie, played by the talented deaf actor Alana Jane Robbins, after her third daughter recently passed away from an illness, while her husband works out of state. The film captures an eerie sense of dread as death lingers in the air, mirrored by the desaturated, sickly color palette that amplifies the haunting atmosphere. Margaret's constant fear of the dust infiltrating her home is heightened with scenes of dust particles glimmering in the light, seeping through every crack. Krauss enjoying skillfully used Paulson's paranoid expressions to build a sense of unease in each quiet, tense moment. Woman of the Hour will be released on Netflix on the 18th. The film delves into the chilling true story of serial killer Rodney Alcala, who gained notoriety in 1978 after appearing on The Dating Game, where he won a date with Bachelorette Cheryl Bradshaw despite having already murdered 5 women. Alcala's unsettling demeanor during the show earned him the moniker The Dating Game Killer, adding a disturbing layer to the narrative. Kendrick's directorial approach offers a striking tonal shift that simplifies the complexities of this fascinating story while maintaining its chilling essence. The film's costumes and vibrant 1970s aesthetics provide a thrilling glimpse into an era marked by its fascination with serial killers. The Shadow Stray will be released on Netflix on the 17th, and The Shadow Stray's 17-year-old codenamed 13 finds herself suspended after a botched mission in Japan. During her time off, she develops a conscience after forming a bond with Manji, an 11-year-old boy who lost his mother to a ruthless crime syndicate. When Manji is kidnapped, codenamed 13 is determined to unleash a wave of destruction to rescue him, even if it means defying her mentor and the powerful organization known as the Shadow. The film promises an explosive spectacle, filled with bold, bloody action that pushes the genre to its limits. As a follow-up to an already intense film, The Shadow Strays proves that staying at peak intensity can create a relentless, adrenaline-fueled experience for viewers. Family Pack will be released on Netflix on the 23rd, and this thrilling adventure, a family's old card game magically transports them to a medieval village where they must confront lurking werewolves to find their way back home. As they navigate this fantastical world, the stakes rise as they race against time to identify and eliminate the werewolves stalking them, or risk being killed themselves. The plot draws parallels to the movie Jumanji, where players are thrust into a dangerous game while playing a board game. Additionally, it takes inspiration from the game Mafia, challenging the family to discern who among them is innocent and who poses a threat before it's too late. Don't Move will be released on Netflix on the 25th. A grieving woman seeking peace in an isolated forest crosses paths with a stranger who injects her with a paralytic agent. As the drug starts to take over, she has only 20 minutes to run, hide, and fight for her life before her nervous system shuts down completely. The stranger's pursuit becomes increasingly intense, and every second counts as her body slowly succumbs to the paralysis. With her time running out, she faces a terrifying race against both the drug and her relentless pursuer. Canary Black will be released on Prime Video on the 24th. Canary Black is an upcoming action thriller spy film directed by Pierre Morel, featuring the story of top CIA operative Avery Graves. When terrorists kidnap her husband, Avery is blackmailed into betraying her own country to secure his release. Isolated from her team and with no one to trust, she turns to her contacts in the criminal underworld to survive and locate the crucial intelligence the kidnappers are after. As she's betrayed at every turn, Avery must rely on her advanced training and raw combat skills to navigate a deadly mission. In a race against time, she fights to deliver the ransom, knowing that failure could spark a catastrophic global crisis.